So in today's class we are going to start a new chapter, that is ledger, right? That is chapter 9 in your book. Now what is ledger? Firstly let's understand the meaning of ledger, right? So while understanding the process of accounting, we have understood that normally what is the process? Like first we do what? We identify transactions, right? Means what are the things that we have to record. Okay. After identifying transaction, we prepare vouchers. Vouchers are the proof of transaction with which we can verify our transactions, right? No confusion. Okay. Now after preparing voucher, the actual accounting starts. The first thing that we do after preparing voucher is to record the transaction in the books of original entry, right? We have understood that in case of a small business, that person will record all the transaction in one book, that is journal, right? But if that is a big business, there can be more than one books of original entry, right? For some transaction, he can keep a separate book, like for cash, a cash book, for purchase, a purchase book, for sales, a sales book, right? And for all other transaction, journal, right? That we have understood. Now one thing, in journal we have recorded all the transaction at one place. It doesn't matter whether that is related to Ram, Mohan, Sohan, cash, bank, everything is recorded at one place, right? So if at any point of time, if we wanted to know what is the total cash available with us, or what is the amount that we have to pay to this particular person, or what is the bank balance, or what is total sales, so that we cannot identify, because we have recorded everything at one place, that is general, and there is everything is mixed up, because we have recorded everything date wise, right? So firstly we have recorded, let's suppose purchase, then sale, then cash, then bank. So this way we cannot identify. Let's suppose if after a month I want to know my total sale, so that will be difficult for you if there are thousands of transactions per day. You cannot easily find the total sales. No confusion? Okay. So to overcome that problem, after preparation of journal, a book is prepared known as ledger. So ledger, you can say, is a register in which we have opened multiple accounts, right? Whatever we have recorded in journal, we have recorded everything. We have recorded all transactions. It doesn't matter it was related to purchase, sale, cash, bank, everything. In ledger, what we do? We classify all the transaction of journal. Like let's suppose we have classified everything in journal. Now from this journal, we are going to classify all this transaction from journal to various categories, right? Like let's suppose all the transaction of purchase will go to purchase account, all of sales transaction will go to sales account, all of cash transaction will go to cash account, right? All of Ram's transaction will go to Ram's account, capital transaction to capital account. Means what we are doing? We are classifying transaction into different accounts, and we are making the classification on the basis of similarity. Okay, so similar nature of transaction are grouping together, right? So as we are classifying transaction into different accounts from journal, this stage is known as classification into ledger, right? So if I want to say that what is ledger, so ledger is a register in which we have opened multiple accounts in which similar nature of transaction are grouped together, right? So in this chapter we will study how we can prepare those different accounts, or how we can transfer information from journal to various accounts in ledger. Now that process, like when we were writing transaction into journal, we were saying like we are passing journal entries, right? But when we record transaction in ledger from journal, that is not known as recording into ledger, but that is known as posting into ledger. Because we are posting information, we are not recording anything new. We are just posting the same thing from journal to some other account, right? No confusion? So before understanding how we can post transaction from journal to ledger, it is important to know what is the format of account in ledger or how a account look like. So like in case of general, there were 5 columns, right? Date, particular, then LF, then amount, debit and amount credit, right? Same way in ledger, there are 2 sides. In general, there was 1 column for debit amount, 1 column for credit amount. But here there will be 2 sides, right? The left hand side is known as debit side, right? And the right hand side is known as credit side. Now, if we talk about debit side, there will be first column for date, second will be for particular, and third one will be JF. In general, there was column for LF, ledger folio number. But in ledger there will be column for general folio, okay? And then there will be amount. Now as this is a debit side, so this represent the amount of debit, right? Same way, all the same columns will be on the credit side. From here to last is the credit side, okay? So on the credit side, the first column will be date, then particulars, then JF, and then amount. No confusion? Okay. So this is the format of ledger, or you can say the format of account. If this is a purchase account, we'll write here purchase account. If this is a cash account, we'll write here cash account. If this is some other account like capital account, we'll write capital account. Like format for all the accounts will be same. Okay. Now let's understand how we can record transaction here. Now firstly, let's understand the meaning of all these columns. So the first column is related to date, where we will write the date of transaction as and when the transaction conducted. Then here it is a particular column in which we will write the details of that particular transaction. Okay, right? Or if simply I say, we are knowing that in every transaction affect at least 2 accounts. Right? Every transaction will affect at least 2 accounts. So from that 2 account, one account is cash. If you are preparing cash account, if you are preparing purchase account, let's say, so from any transaction and from those 2 accounts, one account will be purchased. So in particular column, we will write the other account. We are knowing that every transaction will affect 2 accounts. So if in any transaction there is cash account, so that will be posted here, and the other account which was there in that transaction, that will be written in particular column. How we will write, we will understand that later. Firstly, let's understand the column. Okay. So I hope particular column is also clear to you. Now next one is JF, that is general folio number. So the way we were writing the page number of ledger in journal, same way here we will write the page number of journal register. Okay, let's suppose ledger is a register in which we have opened multiple accounts at different pages. Let's suppose on page number 1 we have opened a cash account. On page number 2 we have opened purchase account. On page number 3, let's suppose we have opened capital account or sales account. Okay, so now what we will do? Suppose you are same way you were writing in journal also. On page number 1 there was some journal entry, on page number 2 there was some journal entry. So let's suppose you are posting any particular journal entry from page number 5 to here. So you will write here page number 5. Let's suppose you are posting some journal entry from page number 8. So you will write here 8. Okay. So if we have written something here and if we wanted to cross verify it with journal, so we can open page number 8 in journal and we can see whether this thing is written or not. Okay. Same way in our ledger register, if suppose cash account is opened on page number 6. Okay. This is page number 6 on which we are preparing cash account. So while passing journal entry, whatever information we have posted here, we will write page number 6 there in LF column. Okay. So I hope this is clear to you what is the use of this JF or LF. Okay. Now these columns are of no use for us because we are not doing accounting for a particular business. We are just solving the questions. We are not preparing the ledger or journal for same question. For every question we have different person as a businessman, right? So these columns are of no use. These are just for knowledge purpose. Okay, we have to prepare the format file. Okay. Next column is amount, in which we will write the amount of that particular transaction. No confusion. Same is the column for credit side. Okay. I hope this thing is clear to you. Now let's understand how we can. Now we are knowing what is ledger, what is account, and what is the format, and what is the meaning of all different columns in ledger. So now let's understand how we can post any transaction from journal to ledger. Okay. So I have taken 4 journal entries for you so that we can understand how we can post anything in ledger from journal. Now see one thing, the rule is very simple. Whatever the journal entry is given to you, you will post only that journal entry in your account which is given in any particular journal entry. Like if we are going to post in cash account, so we will look into only those journal entry in which from those 2 accounts one is cash account. Okay, like see here in the first journal entry cash account is there, so that means it will be posted in this account. In next journal entry we have also cash account and it will also be posted here. In third journal entry if you see, one is Mohan, other one is bank account. There is no cash account means it will not be posted here in cash account. No confusion now. So where we will post this? We will post this journal entry in Mohan's account or in bank account. No confusion. Then in next journal entry we have cash on the debit, so it will also be posted here. Okay. So now this thing is clear now, that which journal entry will be considered for any particular account and which should be ignored. Right? No confusion. Now let's see how we can post. So the posting is very easy. In whatever account you are going to post, if that particular account is debit in your journal entry, so you will write on the debit side. Okay? And if that particular account in which you are going to post is credit in your journal entry, then you will write on the credit side. This thing is clear? Now what we will write, sir? Very easy. We will write the name of the opposite account. Okay. So let's see. In the first journal entry is cash account debit to Ravi. So cash is debit in our journal entry. That means we will write on the debit side. Okay. And we will write what? Name of opposite account. Opposite account is Ravi. So on the debit side we will write what? To Ravi. Remember one thing. The way we were writing to on the debit side and buy on the credit side in cash book, same way we will write here to and buy. Okay. What is the amount? 3,000. So write 3,000 here. JF is of no use, and in date column we will write the date of that particular transaction. No confusion. Next transaction is bank debit to cash. In this entry, cash is credit. So we'll post on the credit side, and we will write what? Buy bank account. Okay. So on the credit side we will write what? Buy bank account. And the amount is 1,000. So write 1,000 here. In next journal entry if you see, there is no cash account. So we have to ignore this transaction. This will not be posted in cash account, but it will be posted in Mohan's account and bank's account, which we are not preparing now. Okay. In next transaction we have again cash debit, so we will post on the debit side of cash account, and we will write what? Name of opposite, that is to capital account. So this way you can write all the transaction, means post all the transaction into different accounts. And now in this transaction you have to prepare multiple accounts. Like let's suppose we have firstly prepare cash account, then we will prepare Ravi's account. Okay, then we will prepare bank's account. Then cash is already prepared. Okay, then we will prepare Mohan's account. Then bank is already prepared because of this transaction. then cash is already prepared, then we will prepare capital account. This way you have to prepare all the accounts and you have to post all the journal entries from that journal to different accounts in Ledger. No confusion? Okay. So I hope this point is clear to you that how we can prepare any particular account and how we can post a transaction to that account. Now, after writing all the transaction, what we have to do? We have to balance the account. The way we are balancing account in cash process is same, like total the debit side, total the credit side, and write difference on that side, which side you are getting the difference. Okay. So if you see here, total of this side is 23,000. Okay. But total of this side is 1,000. Means we are getting a difference of 22,000 on the credit side. So on the credit side, we will write 22,000. Now the total will be same for both sides. No confusion, no? And here we will write what? We will write by balance CD. Okay, on the end of the month or end of the year, at whatever date we are balancing that. Okay, and in next year, this balance CD will be carried forwarded on the opposite side as balance BD. Means in next year, this balance CD will be written here to balance BD. Okay, 22,000. Now one more thing, if I ask you whether this 22,000 is a debit balance or credit balance, so what you will say? It is a debit balance. If anything is written on the CD, that is not your actual balance. Balance will be considered as BD. So if something is written CD here, means BD will be on the debit side, so balance will be debit for this particular account. So we can say that at present time we have a cash accounts debit balance of 22,000. No confusion now. Sometime it can also be possible that you have already a opening balance. Like in next year when we will again prepare cash account, we have already a opening balance of 22,000. So first we will write to balance BD 22,000, then we will post journal entry to that particular account. No confusion now? Okay. Now one more thing, we will balance only personal and real account. Okay, whatever personal account like name of person, name of companies, whatever real account we have like all the assets, cash, building, machineries, etc. These account are the account which should be balanced. No business balance nominal account. Whatever the balance we get in nominal account, that will not be written as balance CD, but that will be transferred to trading and profit and loss account, which will help you to find the net profit and net loss of the business. These balances will be written in next year, but whatever balance you are getting in any nominal account, means all the expenses account and all the incomes account, those balances will be transferred to trading and profit and loss account. Okay, that we will study when we will study the chapter financial statement or final accounts, where we will study how to prepare trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet, how to find the profit and loss of a business. At that time we will see what we have to do with the nominal account. But for this chapter, the only thing that you need to remember is, if you are preparing any personal account or real account, you will find the balance CD. But if you are preparing a nominal account, you will just write the information and no need to write these things. Is it clear? That we don't need to balance, because that will ultimately be transferred to trading and profit and loss account, which we will study with when we will start the chapter financial statement. Okay. So I hope Ledger, how to prepare Ledger is clear to you. But we have understood the Ledger posting from journal. We have understood that we prepare multiple books of original entry. We have classified that thing into three categories. First one, journal proper. Second one, cash book and other subsidiary book. So we have understood Ledger posting from journal. We have two things left. If we are preparing cash book, then what we will do? And if we are preparing other subsidiary book, then what about that? So we have already understood that if any business is preparing cash book, they will not prepare any cash account. because that cash book will also work as a cash account. Okay, so if you are preparing a cash book, means there will be no posting from cash book to any account known as cash account. Okay, so cash book is done, journal we have discussed. Now we have to understand one more thing, how to make the posting from subsidiary books. Like if we are preparing a purchase book, then how we will post from purchase book to purchase account. So that we will understand in next class. In today's class we will see one question. Okay, see question number 1 on page number 9165. So in question number 1 we have some transaction is given, and it is given that generalize the following transaction, then post them into ledger, then balance the account and prepare trial balance. So trial balance we have not studied till yet, so we will not prepare trial balance, but we will only prepare journal then post them into ledger. Okay, so firstly let's prepare some pass some journal entries related to these transactions. So the first transaction is Shyam Sundar and Sons commence business with cash of 80,000. If any person start business with cash, entry will be what? Cash account debit to capital account. Very good. And the amount is given here is 80,000. As I am having less space, so I am not preparing the complete format because I have to show multiple accounts to you on the board, right? But you have to write the journal entries in proper format. Okay. Next transaction is purchase goods for cash rupees 36,000. So if we are purchasing goods for cash, one account will be purchase, other will be cash, and entry will be what? Purchase account debit to cash account. I hope this is clear to you that how I am passing these journal entry. We have already understood this topic, that how to pass journal entry from transaction. If you have any problem in passing journal entries, that how I am passing these, you can go for the journal entry videos, right? So amount for this transaction is 36,000. We will write 36,000 here and here. Next transaction that we are having is machinery purchase for cash 4,000. Entry for that will be machinery account debit to cash account, and the amount here is 4,000 rupees. So write 4,000 here and here. The next transaction that we are having is purchase goods from Raghu and purchase goods from Dilip. That is a purchase on credit. So entry will be purchase account debit to Raghu. And as the second transaction is also of the same date, so we can combine the entries and we will write in same column to Dilip. And the amount is 22 from Raghu and 30,000 from Dilip. So this will be 52,000. Next transaction we have is return goods to Raghu 4,000 rupees. So if we are returning, that is a purchase return, and entry for purchase return will be Raghu debit to purchase return account, being goods returned to Raghu. The amount is 4,000. Okay. So we have recorded this much journal entry. So firstly, let's prepare the ledger for these. But in exam or in copy, you have to firstly pass the journal entries for all the transactions. I am preparing just because we are not having so much space. If we have written journal entry for all the transaction, then we have to erase this. Then how I will post that into ledger, right? Okay. So let's suppose you have passed all the journal entries from that particular question, right? Now after passing all the journal entries, let's see how we can prepare account. So we will follow one step, that we will go from one side. Okay, from the starting we will prepare all the accounts one by one. Okay, so in the first transaction we have cash account, right? And we are not preparing any cash book, so we will prepare a cash account. Okay, so the first account that we will prepare is cash account, and you have to prepare the complete format. I am just writing the two sides. Okay, now see one thing. Here in our transaction, cash account is debit. So we will write what? On the debit side of cash, and we will write what? To capital account. Okay, and the amount is 80,000. Now see one thing. I am not going to pass cash entry. We are following all the transaction one by one. So next we are going to prepare capital. Firstly, let's see how I am preparing, then note it down. Okay, it will be easy for you. Firstly, let's see, then you can write. I will give you time to write the questions. So here we have prepared the format of capital because the next account we found is capital account. Now here capital account is credit, so we'll write on the credit side. Then we'll write what name of the opposite account, cash. So we'll write on the credit side buy cash account, and the amount is 80,000. No confusion? Okay. Now next we have this purchase account. We are not having purchase, so we prepare another account known as purchase account. Now here purchase account is debit, so we'll write on the debit side and we'll write the name of the opposite account, but the amount of own account, and own account amount is 36. Now you will see, sir, on both sides we have the same amount, so what is the point of saying this that amount of own account? The point is, whenever you will find the compound, then it will create some problem. Okay, so we have posted on the purchase. Next one is cash. We have already prepared, we just need to post. Cash account is credit, so we'll post on the credit side and we'll write name of opposite account. So buy purchase account, and the amount is 36,000. Then next we have is machinery, so we need to prepare a format for machinery also. So here in our journal entry, machinery account is debit, so we'll write on the debit side of machinery account and name of opposite account. So we'll write here to cash account, and the amount is 4,000. Okay. Then next we have is cash account. So cash is credit, so we'll write on the credit side of cash account, and name of the opposite, which is buy machinery account. Okay, and the amount is 4,000. Then we have purchase account. We have already prepared the format. So purchase is debit, so on the debit side. On the debit side, we have to write what? Name of opposite account. And here, if you see, we have two opposite accounts, right? So we have to write both accounts on the debit side of purchase. So purchase is debit, so on the debit of purchase, we write what? 2 Raghu 22,000 and 2 Dilip 30,000. Okay. Next we will prepare which account? Raghu's account, right? Okay. So now Raghu is credit in arm. Here you will see that why I was saying that at the time of posting into ledger, you will write on that side which is debit or credit in your journal entry, but you will write name of opposite but amount of own account. Okay. If we talk about purchase, purchase is debit, so we are writing on the debit of purchase name of opposite but amount of own. So amount of own is 52, but the problem here is we cannot write 52 combinedly. We are having two accounts. That's why we have written the amount of opposite side same. But normally you have to write the amount of own account only. And why I am saying that? That will be clear to you with Raghu and Dilip's account. So let's see. Raghu account is credit, so on the credit side, we will write in Raghu's account on the credit side. Name of opposite, so name of opposite is buy purchase account. But what I said to you is amount of own account. So amount of own account is 22. That's why I said that thing, that you have to write amount of own account. If you write the amount of same account, na, so you will write 52,000 in Raghu's account, and that will be incorrect. Getting my point now? So we have always see this thing that while posting into ledger, if that particular account is debit, we will write on the debit side. If that is credit, we will write on the credit side. But we will write what, sir? We will write the name of the opposite account, but amount of own account. No confusion. The next one is Dilip. Dilip is credit. So on the credit side of Dilip, we have to prepare Dilip's column also. So on the credit side of Dilip, we have to write what? Buy, purchase an amount of own account, that is 30. So write here buy, purchase account, 30,000. Then next we have Raghu on the debit side. So on the debit of Raghu, we will write name of opposite to purchase return, and amount is 4,000. Okay, and then next we have to prepare is purchase return. So same way you can prepare purchase return. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you that how we have to follow for a complete quotient. First we will write a journal. Okay, then we have to post from journal to ledger. There are two ways. Either you can go one by one. This way you will not forget any particular transaction posting, or you can do one thing. If you have firstly followed cash, then you have written cash and post all the transaction cash, then there is no cash. Then move to next capital, then post into capital, then find capital is there or not. When capital is done, then next prepare purchase, post all the entry of purchase, then next prepare cash is already prepared, done, then machinery. This way you can go, or you can go one by one. That will also help. So whatever way you feel comfortable, you can prepare that way. But the rule of posting and the rule of writing, everything is same. So I hope it is clear to you that how we can prepare a ledger from journal. In next class, we will see how we can prepare ledger with the help of subsidiary.